Howdy, this is Lemmy with Revzilla TV, here to talk to you today about the Danny Gray Speed Cradle Solo for Harley. The Speed Cradle is a great seat for those of you who are looking to stay really planted in your bike, and if you're looking to pick up a seat maybe with some really nifty construction features you're not going to find on every single aftermarket seat out there. Danny Gray is making these for just about every modern big twin on the market. Installation on these, like so many of the other seats we covered, really is just a one-bearder. It's not very difficult. Most of you should be able to attack this in the garage with very basic hand tools without much problem at all. So digging down into the Speed Cradle, the first thing I think that catches everybody is how deep this saddle is. This thing is really super deep, and that's by design. Danny Gray has designed this to minimize hip torque, rotational torque. So when you're in the saddle of this bike, when you're throwing your bike through the twisties, you're going to kind of stay planted. Now, despite the fact you can see this really deep, cutout back here, this is definitely a seat. There's a whole range, I think, from anywhere from bar cruiser to Barca lounger. This is definitely on the bar cruiser end of things. Despite the fact you have this deep saddle here, this is very thin in terms of padding and foam. So this is definitely going to be something that's going to augment the lines of your bike nicely. Especially too, you can see how bladed the front of this thing is. It really is it's just a super narrow seat at the front, so it's going to follow the lines of the bike excellently. However, it might not be the best choice for a super long road trip. Now, construction-wise, we mentioned there's some really cool things about this, and let's get into a couple of them. The first one you're seeing, this cover, believe it or not, is actually leather. This is top grain leather. It is good stuff. This is what you want to have a saddle made out of. There's very few saddles on the market that are made out of leather, and typically if you're wanting a leather saddle, you're going to wind up going to a custom maker paying big bucks. Danny Gray keeps you from having to do that, and really, as far as a leather saddle is concerned, this is really positioned on the market cost-wise very much in line with other seats that are only using vinyl. So if you're somebody who really likes the idea of a real leather seat, this is definitely a standout product for you. Now, flipping this thing over, you can see construction-wise how beautifully carpeted the bottom of the pan is, which I really like. It saves the paint, and it also just looks neat. It presents a nice, neat appearance to the seat. Underneath here, however, if we were to peel this stuff back, and we can't because it's actually glued down, which is another nice feature, but if you were underneath here, you'd see the fiberglass pan. Danny Gray uses fiberglass on all of his seats. I am giddy as a schoolgirl for fiberglass pans. They are super flexible. They don't get affected by the weather very much. It's just really a great material to use for a seat pan. This is really a well-crafted pan, and it's a well-made seat. They really, from the bottom on up, are making a quality seat for you. So installation, as we said, is a one-bearder. It's not very difficult. You can see we have this single point of attachment at the rear. If you have basic hand tools, you should be able to attack this in your garage in a minimum of time, and you should be out riding very quickly. I think Danny Gray is really cornering the market here as far as a leather seat that doesn't have to be a custom job. I think it's a really cool option for those of you who do love leather. My opinion, however, is not the only one that matters. Yours is. If you've got one of these, click below, let some other riders know what you think of it. Or if you don't have one of these and you're still on the fence about it, click below and check out what some other riders who are rocking this have to say about it. If you've got some questions that we haven't answered, give us a holler. See us at Revzilla.com. We'll get you a Gear Geek, or you can always get us on the phone, 877-792-9455, and we'll get your question answered. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.